Welcome back to our channel. You are the reason, the power, the miracle, and the magic. Love and peace and happiness. So let's get into these messages. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, but you could call me Mel. And I'm back to deliver these latest timeless collective channel messages from the Download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. Where it resonates, pick it up and run with it. Where it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You could find those facts below the video and on the website. So we pulled your alpha and omega messages. We pull them first and we'll read them last. Let's get a dominant energy around this. I don't usually get a title first. I usually decide what the title makes sense to be after we've channeled the message. But today, as I took my little break before starting, yeah, I heard the title. So we have a title. It's been a while since they gave me the title first. The dominant energy of today is the Moon card. And as soon as I see it, it's telling me you've been hidden. You've been kept cloaked for a reason, for a purpose, to safeguard you, to protect you, to allow you to grow undisturbed. I heard to allow you to grow undisturbed. And now I hear, and anywhere where you've been wondering, why isn't it working out? Why isn't everybody paying attention? Why isn't it growing so fast? Why doesn't everybody see it already? Why can't people see me? Why does it seem like nobody is noticing what I'm doing? Anywhere where you've been feeling that way, you have to understand that there's a purpose for it. And the purpose has so much to do with safeguarding your growth and allowing you to develop your power. It's like if everybody knew who you were, then that would mean that all the opposing forces would know who you were and what you could do. And then you would find even more energies coming up to try to stop you, to try to get you off of your path, to try to get you to give it up. Just give it up. How dare you step into your power? How dare you come into your reason, your miracles, and your magic? You can't do magic. You have no power. You have no miracles. That's what they would like to do to you if they knew what you were becoming. So I'm hearing, in order to avoid all of that, you've been protected, you've been shielded, you've been cloaked, you've been guarded, so that you could develop, so you could come into the fullness of your ability without all these outside influences trying to fuck you up. Because you already had enough of that naturally. I'm hearing you already had enough of that naturally. It's not like there was none, but because of the fact that you have been cloaked, you have been hidden, you have been safeguarded, it's like you've been in this secret laboratory working, right? Your secret dungeon, your secret, I don't know, lair, your secret lair. And so that way you could do what you needed to do, get real familiar with your abilities, your powers, your miracles, and your magic, your reasons, and solidify that for yourself before you try to let anybody else in on it. So there's been a lot of people, I'm hearing there's been a lot of people sleeping on you. And that was a blessing. Like, people came in and out of your life. They just dismissed you like you were just anybody. Easily replaced. Perfect. I heard perfect. That's exactly what we wanted them to do. Otherwise, they might still be stuck to you. They're better gone than present. All the ones that dismissed you. Better gone than present. Okay. And interestingly enough, so our spread that I just pulled from the deck of spreads, it's the baseball diamond spread. So I'm getting a couple of messages just from the title of the spread. First off, it's time for you to hit that home run, baby. You're about to hit the home run. You're going to knock the ball out of the park. And I don't even see, it's like, you know, when they really stress for the home run, they run so fast, they're sliding into home base, they get all dirty and shit, right? That's not what your home run looked like, though. Your home run looks real graceful, real easy. It's almost like slow motion, baby. Slow motion, baby. Give me slow motion, baby. Your home run comes almost in slow motion because when you hit it, you're going to hit it out of the park. So you know that you don't have to rush. You don't have to feel pressure. Because there ain't no way they're going to hop over that fence and get that ball and come back and touch the home base before you take this walk. And it's going to be a leisurely, simple, sweet, enjoyable walk. And I just feel like I can see all of the opposite team like, they're so upset because they know that there's literally not shit they can do either. That you're about to take off, and regardless of what speed you go, you get your home run. You get your home run. You can take your time. You can be easy with it because, I mean, I'm seeing you've been at practice. You've been at practice. You learn how to, your goal at practice wasn't to hit the ball. Your goal at practice was to knock it out of the fucking park. Yeah, your goal at practice was to knock it out of the park. And so that's what you've done. You knocked it out of the park. And so there's nothing they can really do. They can't stop you. There's no outs. I mean, they're not even going to be able to catch the ball. It's out of the park. So you practiced swinging your bat with enough force and power in it to knock it out of the park. You didn't practice once. You did this a lot. Oh, you've done this so many times. And you didn't even just like, okay, I'm ready for the game. After the first time you knocked it far enough with enough power to get out of the park. No, you said, well, I got to make sure that I can do this. I feel like you told yourself I have to do this at least 20 times perfectly before I go play that game. So whenever it's game day, you've already, it's like every time you got so good at this that you built your skill to the place where every time the ball was pitched at you, you knew that with the speed you hit that ball and the power you hit it, every time it was going to go out of the park. So that there would be no opposition against you. So that there could be nobody was going to get you out, baby. There definitely wasn't going to be no strikeout. There was going to be no foul ball. Because you practiced hitting that ball so perfectly with so much force and so much power behind it. That every time you hit the ball now, they're finna find out. And, they're going to try. They're going to try to throw you curveballs. They're going to try to throw you fastballs. And I'm not even into fucking baseballs. Why do I even know all this? But whatever. This is the way it's coming through because the spread they chose for us today. But the thing is, that was part of your training. You set, so they have that pitching machine, right? You set that pitching machine in the beginning to always throw you a different type of ball. So it wasn't always throwing you the same type of throw. Every time, it's like you program the machine to throw you all the different types of pitches that you could expect during the real actual live game. And so because of that, When you hit it out of the park 20 times in a row and you realize, like, I accomplished my goal. I hit every ball out of the park. Yay! This is what I wanted. But that's the thing about you. You practice hitting every kind of pitch they could throw your way. What does that mean for you? Honey, you have been through so much stuff in this life. If they come at you straight head on, if they try to hit you from the side, if they try to throw some kind of crazy stuff your way, no matter which way they throw it at you, you got through it, right? And not only did you get through it, but you got through it with ease. Immediacy. They're giving me the word immediacy. So it wasn't like you had to try this time, that time, and the other time, because like I said, you hit every ball out of the park. And, you know, it's like you became the master of shutting down the competition. The master of it, right? So anytime anybody tried to hit you with a little manipulation this way, or a little narcissism that way, or a little gaslighting over here, a little sneakiness, a little magic, a little black magic, a little bit of spell work, a little bit of whatever the fuck they thought they thought they could mind control you. They thought they could do all kinds of shit, right? Oh no, they failed miserably. And then they're over there with they so stressed out, like, why does she keep hitting every ball out of the park? Because as you come to that one game, they didn't know you were going to do it for every game from then on. Because before you set your mind to be the master of knocking every ball out of the park, you fell for all kinds of stuff, baby. It's like you would always strike out. You would always foul out. You get hit at the base, like all kinds of stuff. It's like you used to hit the ball and go right into their hand. Boom, you're out. You know, you would just be out all the time. So you disappear for a while. And you practice like crazy. And you practice like crazy. I heard now everybody wants to try to recruit you to their team. All the recruiters coming after you. Everybody wants you on their team now. But you know what team you want to play on. And you know you got the skill to be on any team you want. Because nobody else hits the ball out of the park as often as you do. Because there is no often with you. It's every fucking time. Every fucking time you hit the ball, you hit it out of the park. Home run every time you come to bat. So everybody knows you're a winner. But see, you had to be in this period of being cloaked. So if you didn't know that this time where you feel secluded, you feel isolated, you feel like nobody recognizes me, nobody sees what I do, nobody acknowledges me. Oh, it's perfect. It's fucking perfect, baby. Keep practicing your skill. Keep practicing your trait. Keep practicing your reasons, your power, your miracles, and your magic. Because this is what's turning you into that heavy hitter for real. Like you hit that ball so heavy, it's going to go out of the park every time. So some of you are about to be revealed. And I see the curtain rising on you. Others of you, the curtain's not ready to come up yet because you know that you're not ready for the curtain to come up. You feel like, oh, I need some more. Now, when this title first came to me, they were showing me how a lot of people will work with herbs and crystals and the phases of the moon and, you know, all these different things, tools. And one of the most important messages that they needed you to understand, if you don't already, is that the only reason that any of these things work is because of you. You are the reason. You are the power. You are the miracle and you are the magic. None of these crystals, none of these gems, none of these herbs, none of these tools work without you. I mean, yeah, they have their own energy. I'm not denying any of that. They do carry energy. They do have their own, like, little sprites. They have their own little magical beings that are their own life and all of that, right? But the thing is, if you are going to be that heavy hitter that strikes the ball out of the park every time, always gets the home run. You need to understand that you're the reason. You're the magic. You're the miracle. You are the power that makes all this work. Okay? So, yeah, and they're saying, yeah, in the beginning of my spiritual training, if you look into the old videos, there's a time where all of us, I talk about it in some of the, I can't tell you what the title of the video is or when I recorded it, probably about 8 to 10 years ago now, though, where I had no crystals. I was guided not to use any crystals, no sage, no palo santo, no herbs, no none of that stuff, no tools. I was made to use only my magic and get good with using only my magic. And that thought is scary to somebody who's receiving this message right now, because you're like, but yeah, I carry my crystal for protection in my pocket all the time. I get it. But why is it important that you hear this message now? Because if that crystal is the only reason that you're protected, first off, a couple things are happening. One, if you lose a crystal, well, damn, you're screwed. But two, you're giving your power away to the crystal. Now you caught up in another new age spiritual trap. You may as well just go back to the Catholic Church. It's the same difference. Giving the power away to anything else. The human, the conscious human, the awakened being is what the power is. You are the power. You are the reason, you are the miracle, and you are the magic in your life, in your world, in your experience, all the time, every time. It's always this way. So why has that crystal worked for you? That abundance crystal, that protection crystal, that love crystal, whatever, or that spell, or those herbs, or whatever it is you've been using, right? Why does it work? Because you believe it works. You've been putting your belief out of you into this physical object, and they're saying, honey, don't misplace your power and give it away. Call it all back to you. It's in you. You are the reason it works. You could take any fucking piece of wood, any rock, any crystal, any pencil, any piece of jewelry, any piece of clothing, and it could be your magic, abundant, whatever. With the word that Share Bear put in our comments right here, intention. It's all intention, and it's all here. It's all in your perception. So they really want all of the magical, beautiful, miraculous tribe here to remember, if you didn't know, learn that you are the power. You are the magic. You are the miracle. Why? Why do you want me to tell them about me arguing with people? Because I got in a whole argument. I went to this crystals, I don't know what. It was some kind of class. This was years ago with the old client of mine. And the teacher of the class started telling the properties, and you can use, black obsidian to protect you. And, if you carry this here, then that'll bring you abundance, and just all the stuff, all the fucking traps. But see, I was already being trained in this way. So here I was, just like in Sunday school, causing a disruption while I got kicked out. Well, you could have set any intention to any crystal, right? The crystals don't do nothing without the human. It's only our belief. Yeah, I never went back to her class, and honestly, she was quite frustrated with the conversation with me. And that's fine. It's a very important message, though. Now, the other part of the baseball diamond spread being the name. Diamond! Hello, diamond! How do we get a diamond? Well, you take regular carbon and put it under the pressure of Earth for enough time and a long time. In that pressure, a diamond is formed. But it doesn't look like the diamonds that you buy at the store. It looks like just a regular old rock. Until it's been found, cleaned up, cut up, and polished. It's a whole fucking process before it gleams like that, baby. Right? So, carbon is one of the elements that the human body is made of. So a human under so much pressure. I told you it's been tough, right? You don't need me to tell you how tough you've had it. I know it's been tough for you. But that's what turned you into, all that pressure is what turned you into a diamond. But it wasn't done once you became the diamond. Then you had to figure out that you were a diamond. Then you had to allow yourself to be cut, which means the deprogramming, removing all the programs and filters and false ideas and all the self-limiting beliefs, all those trauma stories, all that stuff had to be removed from you. And then you were left with this great value diamond that's been cut, and then it's got to be polished. It's got to be polished up so that it can gleam with its perfection. So once it's cut, then there's like working on these different areas where it's been cut. So every time you work over it, it gets more luster and more shine and more brilliant. So the baseball diamond spread is our tarot spread for today. What's tarot deck? Well, I was trying to get them. I'm like, y'all gave me a whole spread today, but can you give me a tarot deck for today? What? Okay. Interesting. So I'm being guided. They want you to hear something. One moment. I'm going to find it. They're going to show me what it is. They want you to hear something. Why they keep doing this to me is a damn good question. Why they keep doing this to you is a great question too. Oh, Lord of mercy, where it at? So life has presented you all these different challenges, right? But in that, you've been developed. You've been turned into another energy. You've been refined, clarified. You've been enhanced. Value has been added to you. Yes, they're saying, look at the difference in the value of the diamond that has been cut and polished versus the diamond that's just still stuck in the ground somewhere and nobody ain't found it. That diamond has potential. The unfound diamond has clear potential. Yet, that's all it is potential until it's found. So you had to be the one to find it in you, okay, in order to add the value and go through the process in the first place. So the starting of this was you discovering your potential, your value, your ability. All right, so I'm going to, they showed me which video they want me to put as part of our message today. I did this in 2017. I have no idea what it says. So I'm going to be listening just like you are, but they want you to be able to see the performance when it was, when I was made to take the open mic at a local event here. So here we go.
Get it, girl.
I'm Melinda NailFanatic. I own 3 businesses. I'm a full-time grandma, auntie, mommy, stay at home, and then run these businesses around it. So I'm Melinda NailFanatic, NailFanatic Surgery Design Studio, Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot, and now Pure Romance. Okay. If y'all want to know about any of that, come find me. Yes. But meanwhile, the time has come for us to stop messing around. Cause don't you know that I like having you around in my life? Oh, baby, hold you in my arms. I love to say I love you softly in your ear. Oh, baby. Don't keep running. 'Cause my heart is yearning for your love. So if you know that song, you know I fucked up some lines right now. It doesn't matter. We play that shit off, right? And while I was singing, I received, because if you know anything about me, none of this is scripted. I don't even know, like, 5 seconds before I stand up or as soon as I got up here until I open my mouth what I'm going to talk about. But, you know, I was supposed to be the first one after the break, and a little something happened, right? But it was perfect. The universe couldn't have played this out more perfectly, because then they sang that song. Was it Don't Give Up? Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Thank you. Bad with lyrics, can you tell? Anyhow, so that was perfect. I'm like, yeah, that plays into this whole little mistake. And then I'm singing the song, and I'm like, now I know these lyrics. I've sang these a million times. What's the problem? And then I'm hearing, oh yeah, it's because it's another little mishap. Well, what are you going to do with the mishap? Am I going to get pissed off because a simple mistake was made? Am I going to get pissed off because I forgot a lyric and oh fuck, there goes my whole 5-minute skit? No, you roll with the flow, man. You know, I remember, it's just like being an artist. I literally had no idea what I was talking about. Sometimes you're working with paint. Some of you paint. And when you get a drop of paint in the wrong spot, you're like, shit, I didn't want that color to go there. But what every really flowing, connected artist knows is that mistake is going to be a part of why it's a masterpiece. Look around that, yeah? And so all this was set up perfectly for us to get up here and discuss this. Aside from that, I want to talk a little bit about this solar eclipse, which my homeboy's like, oh my God, I can't believe you don't have plans to go see it. I'm like, you're the sun, I'm the moon. Like, seriously, you should be seeing this. I'm like, I'm probably still going to be sleeping. I don't know where I'll be, but I'll try to catch it. So it was raining. But the thing of it was, last night when he said that to me, I said, what does it really matter where I'm at when it happens? I'm still here. It doesn't matter where you're at. These things are happening in our life. And sometimes these things that are happening in our life are real challenges. So you just gotta go through that shit. Because challenges only exist to show you how fucking awesome you are. There's simple steps to take to help you to develop to be that person that can get into flow with your universe. Because trust me, the biggest lie I ever told you was the universe doesn't revolve around you. Yes, it fucking does. Let me be the one to tell you and confirm for most of you, because a lot of you know, the universe does revolve around you. If you get up here with a bad headspace, you're going to get a bad reception. If you get up here in that right headspace, in that love, peace, and happiness headspace, with yourself first, then you radiate it by default. So the automatic side effect to that is you get a love, peace, and happiness type reception. And so what you had now, you're getting back. And right now with all this solar eclipse stuff, this is a time of reaping karma. So if you've been like, shit, I've been doing, and it doesn't seem like it's been working out. Don't seem like shit is working out for me, but I know I've been doing right. I ain't been fucking nobody over. I've been doing everything straight as a freaking ruler. Like, seriously, I'm straight. So, okay. So now it's time to roll in. So what I want you to practice, every last one of you can do this, look for the evidence of that. Because shit is lining up for you right now. If you've been out here doing good, it's lining up. I'm letting you know right now, if you didn't know already, consider this notification. It's lining up. All you gotta do is be willing to look for it. You know, they say, be careful what you go looking for, and you just might find it. They usually talk about people that like to slide their phone with that, but it applies in all things. Be very full of care of what you choose to go looking for. If you go looking for love, if you go looking for peace, if you go looking for happiness, you just might find it. But if you go looking for, oh man, these things don't work out, you're going to find that these things don't work out. I also have my tarot cards with me. If anybody would like a reading by donation, let me know. I love you. I look forward to seeing... All right, guys. So that was interesting. I'm like, why are you making me put this on? I don't even know what I'm talking about in there. I did it so long ago. I sound so weird. Okay, whatever. In that, it was talking about things working out, being in the flow. Okay, we were talking about mistakes, what looks like mistakes. So back to where we're at. We're the baseball diamond spread. You are the reason. You are the power. You are the miracles, and you are the magic. Okay? And why did that? I talked during that channel message about a piece of a drop of paint that went on the wrong place on the canvas, and oh man, I didn't want that there. It's all perfect. It all works out. It becomes a part of the big picture of the art. So one of the things, if you don't realize that you are the power, you are the reason, you are the miracles, and you are the magic, one of the reasons why you have difficulties with that, anywhere where you've had difficulties with that, a lot of it can be judgment, harsh judgment, a lack of integration of where the paint was put, the wrong color in the wrong place, or the mistake that happened, or, you know, oh, the timing is off. I was supposed to be next, and then they moved me. But the inability to see, like, hold on, it was all a divine orchestration. Just like in that few minutes of segment that I did there, they were bringing out that there was a song that was performed right before I came up. It was perfect. So you could be saying, yeah, it took me a long time to figure out that I was a diamond in the rough. Okay, that's fine. That just gave you more time to develop your diamond quality, right? And you could be saying, well, you know, I didn't want to get cut. I didn't want to get cut. I didn't want to cut I didn't want to lose things. I didn't want to let people go. I didn't want to let things go. I didn't want to let go of my old self. I didn't want to let go of my old beliefs. I didn't want to let go of that old career path. I didn't want to let go of my family. I didn't want to let go of my husband, wife, lover, brother, friend, cousin, sister, neighbor, house, car, whatever the heck it was. Finally, though, you get to that point, and you do. And what you find is that it all creates a more beautiful picture for you. So now that we've gone through all this up until now, the channeled session, because clearly they wanted to channel these messages through for you. Oh, they just showed me what tarot deck to use. Thank you. Finally, because I'm like ready to start shuffling the cards. What's up? They're giving me the Pocket Goddess Tarot. I would really like the full-size deck of this, but I still haven't received one or got one. But the Goddess Tarot, pocket size. So we're going to use this today and to do your baseball diamond spread, because you learn how to hit everything out of the park. And do you think that while you was over there practicing, hitting every type of ball that a pitcher might throw your way, that you didn't mess up from time to time? No, you had to mess up. How could you get the perfect hit it out of the park every time if you didn't miss every now and again? Oh, and some of those misses were, well, that was actually a really good hit anyways, but that wasn't the goal. Your goal was not to be good. Your goal was to be masterful, to hit it out of the park every time. So you kept practicing, you kept practicing, you kept practicing, and here you are. Okay, so somebody here, you're barely realizing like, oh shit, I am a diamond in the rough. There's a lot of stuff I need to cut. Others of you are in the polishing phase. I'm getting heavy energy in the polishing phase where, oh, you've made a lot of cuts already, but it's like smoothing it over and glossing it up. In other words, so somebody who let go of a partner. I remember when I first got divorced, which was, what, 2008? 2009, January 2009, actually. I used to have the hardest time because I had built my life around a person for 10 years, right? So the cut happened with the divorce. The polishing happened as I got used to not being around that person, not sleeping in the same bed, not having that person in my life. It was a polishing, right? And then the gleam and the luster, the polishing is finished when you realize, like, dang, I'm actually kind of glad I got divorced. At that point, I finally found you know what? I'm glad I got divorced. It is actually the best move, the best thing that could have happened for me, right? That's when you really brilliant, radiant, luster and shine. All that is yours. Now you're taking your magic, your power, and because to get to that point, you have to realize that all these changes served your best interest. And to get to that point, you have to kind of like tap into what is that best interest that was served with that change, with the cutting. So whether it was a spouse for you, whether it was an old job for you, whether it was a family member or a friend or a habit, a lifestyle trait, an old belief that wasn't serving you well. I see a lot of you in this polishing phase, which means you're integrating the new mentality, the new personality, the new character. All right, so in our first position here, where you are now, what is beginning? Let me lay the rest of the spread out, and then we'll get into these messages. It's a 6-card spread. The bottom of the deck is the 6 of Wands. I freaking love it because that's a card of recognition. That's a card of, I'm not on the battlefield no more. I removed myself from the battlefield, and now it's time for the reward ceremony. I love it. It's where you get your pins. It's where you get your awards. It's where you get your plaques, your trophies, and all that. Okay. So, in your home plate, where you are now, we have, wisdom, Sarasvati. Okay, this is the High Priestess energy, Major Arcana 2. And I like that this deck calls it wisdom. So, where you are now, you're intuitive, you're psychic, you're tapped in, tuned in, turned on, okay? You are knowing, you know things, claircognizant, you have wisdom, okay? You know, and wisdom is, knowing what to do and then doing it. You also, in your wisdom, know how some stuff is to be shared and other stuff is to be kept private. Everybody don't need to know all your business. Yeah, everybody don't need to know all your business. But you know, and because I feel like that 6 of Wands energy in the base of the deck is when you realize that you was a diamond, like you really, like, you got the value. You are something special. Do you know how hard that is for so many people to accept? That, yeah, you are something special. There is something amazing about you. You are a powerful person. Because this whole world has so many set up programs and filters and stuff to try to get you to diminish yourself, not to believe in yourself, not to know that you got this, right? So here you are. You're focused on your spirituality. That's another thing that she's saying to me is you're very focused on your spirituality. And you're giving, I'm hearing a lot of special attention, giving a lot of special attention to your frequency, to your vibration, to where your energy field is vibrating, to what energy you're putting out. That's beautiful. So in the second position, it's the pitcher's mound. What's coming at you? What kind of ball are they going to throw at you? I heard, does it fucking matter? No, because you decided you were going to hit a home run every time. You were going to hit it out the park every time. You have practice. Okay, you have practice. But let's see. What's coming at you this time? The moon. You don't know. You don't know what's coming at you. Oh, you don't know what kind of ball they're going to pitch. The pitcher doesn't tell you what kind of ball they're going to throw. Their whole goal is to catch you by surprise. But there's an interesting energy because the High Priestess, she knows things that are not in the obvious view. Some of you will have a Pisces person coming into your energy. Okay, something big going to happen during Pisces season. I see that for some as well. Don't get caught up or hung up on that. But what's coming at you is there's somebody here. I'm picking up on somebody specifically for the collective. There are going to be people coming who are going to try to hide their true nature. Thank you. Their true nature. They're going to try to hide their true nature. So there are ones that will try to hide their true nature coming up to you. But the thing is, with your being the High Priestess, you're intuitive. You can sense it out. You can sense what they are even before they show up. Now, Diana is the hunter. Interesting, okay? Interesting. So Diana is the hunter. She is the hunter with the moon energy. So there is a hunter coming your way. I love the way this card just communicated with me. And then there's this Sagittarius energy, and we're just stepping out of Sagittarius energy. And today was the full moon. Hello, full moon in Gemini energy as well. So, there's a hunter coming your way. Now, they wouldn't try to take you out if you didn't have value, if you didn't have power. Okay, so anywhere where this looks like some sort of attack, somebody trying to attack your psychic mind, they're going to fail. For some, there's a psychic attack that somebody's going to try to formulate to try to fuck with your brain, fuck with your mind. But you already protected yourself from that. You've already practiced. You know how to protect your energy. You know you're blessed, safe, and protected on all time, space, and dimensions. Okay? If you don't know how to do it, that statement is the one. That's the one. Trust me, that's the statement you want. I am always protected on all time, space, and dimension. Always, ALYAS, means all the time. And then you double it up with the always, ALLWAYS, meaning in every way. I am always blessed, safe, and protected on all time, space, and dimension. Everywhere you be? Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay. The other thing I see here is what you don't know is where you have the skills and the abilities and you've been cloaked and you've been hidden. This is the recruiter. We talked, as we're talking about baseball, about the recruiter. There's a recruiter coming your way. Okay. Let's get into this some more. Let's pull the rest of the spread. And our third position is first base, where you are headed, which is the first phase. We have the Prince of Swords. Well, first thing is going to happen is you're going to get messages. You're going to get messages. You're going to have people asking you questions. You are going to have people saying distracting things that don't make no sense. You are going to have emails, phone calls, text messages. You are going to have a bunch of people talking a lot of shit, giving a lot of fake promises. Oh, yeah, because they're showing me your great value as you hit it out of the park every time. So there's going to be a lot of promises. People trying to butter you up and telling you this and telling you that. Well, I'll do this for you. I'll do that for you. Okay. Like, show me the contract. I heard, show me the contract. I need that in writing. Okay. Oh, I need that in my name. They're showing me all these famous musicians and music artists who they get offered houses and cars and all that stuff. None of it is in their name. It's all in the name of the recording company. This story has been told so many times since forever with the music industry, how they get these artists who have all this talent and then they exploit them and make it look like they're so amazing and their life is so wealthy and they got all this stuff going on, but in reality, they don't own nothing. I saw an interview with Russ. There's this guy who interviews wealthy people on TikTok. And he asked Russ, what guidance would he give to others? Don't ever sell your masters, he said. He said that they offered him, I forgot how many millions of dollars for one of his master recordings. And he refused, and he's made, multiples of that off of the one song. Don't sell your masters. People will try to tell you what they think you need to do, but you already know. Okay, you already know. And you have the ability to tell if it's a good offer or not, right? You have the ability to tell if it's a good offer or not. Now, here's the other thing. Because you are the reason, the power, the miracle, and the magic, you will meet different ones that will try to sell you their tool, their spell. Stop it. That's so harsh. No, they said they will try to sell you a curse. They will try to sell you a curse. Watch out for those who will try to sell you a curse. Sometimes people spend so much time, energy, and money trying to remove a curse that they didn't have until they bought it from somebody who told them something about themselves that was not true for them until they believed the person who told it. Why? Because, again, the giving of the power away. If you watch this channel and you think I have more power in your life, I'm going to tell you right now, you're sadly mistaken. I get people that call me all the time asking me to do spells for this sort or that sort for them. And I tell them no, but I can teach you how to never need another spell to be cast on your behalf again. I can teach you how to protect yourself against all this shit. But you're going to have to do the work. And no, I'm not going to do it for you. Because that is karmic repercussions for me and for you. And you'll be in a worse state of being, having given your power away again to another person than what you started out calling me now. Oh, but do all the witches and the shamans and the mystics and the healers and all of these people tell you that? No, they don't. Is that bad? Not necessarily, because a lot of people, maybe not you, maybe you're not there anymore. But I was there at one point, kind of, ish. But a lot of people feel like somebody else has to do it for them. They don't feel their power. They don't know that they could. So they're going to go hire somebody else to do it. Well, if that healer, if that person is truly there serving the best interests of the person that they are getting paid from, they will teach that person how to do the work for themselves. Healer, heal thyself. I had a buddy of mine reach out talking about, I just healed a bunch of people and now I need healing. I said, healer, heal thyself. That was my only reply. He never mentioned anything about it again. Now, I don't know what his thoughts were about it. So there's that. You could get a lot of ridicule because you know you got the power. You know they got the power, but they don't know they got the power. So how dare you won't help me? You won't help me? They might get mad. And some people might get mad. I don't know if he got mad. Honestly, we've never talked about it after that. When I tell you, you are the reason, the power, the miracle, and the magic, I mean it for all of you. Even if you don't know that. If you do know that, great. That's fucking awesome. If you don't know that, it's time to learn. It's time to learn. You are the one. You are the one. Yeah. So you're going to get a lot of things, a lot of ideas from a lot of people, what they think, what their responses are to you knowing things. And, well, how do you always have it and hit the ball out of the park? And why? Okay, there's a person who has been used to being able to control you, but now you're becoming uncontrollable. They don't control you blatantly in your face. They do it intentionally behind your back. When you're not around, they might use spell work. They might use crystals. They might use herbs. They might use intention. Whatever way they're doing it, you've been susceptible before, but you're not no more. You're not no more. And if you still are, you're becoming unsusceptible right now, because all these words that I'm speaking to you, all this truth that I'm sharing with you, all this energy that you're receiving from this channeled transmission is hitting your soul. It's working in you. And you're on a soul level already calling your power back to you, reclaiming your power, realizing, at least on a soul level, if not consciously as well, because you are listening consciously to this message, that you have it. You are it. It's not somebody else. The person who gets another person to do a abundance or wealth spell for them is putting their power in the other person's hand. The person who gets somebody to cast a love spell for them is getting somebody else to put their life power into their hand, giving their power away every time. Or you need me to break a spell for you, so I'm more powerful in your life than you are. Can you see how the person is giving their power away? Oh my God, what am I going to do? I didn't pack my obsidian into my pocket today. Lord, where did it go? Oh my God. Oh, now you're going to walk around all day long feeling unprotected. Unless you know, with this high priestess energy, you can invoke the energy of anything you want. This is why fear-mongering works so well. Fear propaganda works so well to control the masses, because so many people don't know that they are the power in their own life. They haven't done anything to reclaim their power. They don't even know that this is an option. But, oh, they will go buy them a salt lamp. They will buy a stick of sage. I met this woman one time and she was like, I sage, a whole sage every day when I come home from work. I'm like, damn, girl, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. You shouldn't need all that, but okay. You know, there's people that put so much power into that. And I'm like, you know, you could just set an intention to protect your energy and you'll never need the sage again. Oh. But that takes personal work and development. So there's that. So what's the first step? You gotta look at all the false ideas. If you're working on becoming into this state of being where you own that you're the reason, the power, the miracle, and the magic, the first thing you have to own is your truth, and remove all the filters and programmings and all the things what people have told you to make you think that something or someone else is more powerful in your life than you. Now, I will throw into this, in this energy of you're the reason, the power, the miracle, and the magic. That's because you are God's first representative of God in your life, for those of you who like the phrase God. You are the center of the universe, like we said in that message. You are the energy that is calling forth everything to you. You're the reason it's happening. And somebody's sitting there saying, but I don't buy that, because, you know, this bad thing happened to me and that was really fucked up. Nobody should have ever did that to me. I'm not saying that that's not true, but what I am saying is, until you realize that somehow that was meant for you to go through and you are the reason for it, there's nothing you can do to change it. There's nothing you can do to empower yourself through it. And it's a really tough conversation that a lot of people don't like to have with me, because, you know, for a person who's been violated in some sort of way, like, they don't want to recognize that they hold victim mentality in their energy field. They don't want to recognize that. Oh, you mean you walked around scared with mace every day, and then, oh, the day you didn't have mace was the day you were attacked? Geez, I can't see how you're the center of that. I can't see how you're the cause of that. I can't see that. Oh, but you can't see that for real, right? Or can you? Because when you can see that, you can change it. Anytime it's anyone else's fault, and again, hard pill to swallow. Anytime it's anyone else's fault, there's nothing you can do to do shit about it. Until you realize whether it was pleasant or unpleasant, it's your fault. You will then have the power to affect awesome change, opposite direction momentum, new experiences over that place in your life. But as long as it's somebody else that has the power, you can't do nothing. So the first step is to face the ugly stuff about self that nobody really wants to seem to face, but some of us. To address the false ideas, programmings, filters that have been put over you. And it starts, baby, it starts so fucking early. It starts so early because, you know, your children and then your parents, it's so hard to raise independent-minded children. Because as a parent, you do have a responsibility to teach them how to function in society, so they can stay alive, right? But at the same time, you want to keep them empowered. You don't want to, like, shatter their personal independence and empowerment. So there's got to be a balance somewhere in that. So a lot of this stuff, this is what makes it a hard pill to swallow, is because you were taught that. Your parents told you, well, be careful. You might get hurt. Don't go out after dark. Always going in a group. Like all these stuff. And God rest their souls for the ones that ain't here, and God bless their souls for the ones that are still here. They didn't know this shit either. So they just perpetuated what they were taught, which is what kept them in the cycles that they were in. We're living at a time of a new awakening, of a new level of awareness, of a new level of authentic empowerment. And so you're the first one to address this shit. So this isn't about going home and chewing your parents out. It's your fault that I've been so fucking codependent. You made me codependent. It's your fault that all this shit happened to me because, you know, you trained me to be in a victim mentality my whole life and made me walk around like a scary Mary all these years. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying to do. Please don't go chew out your parents. This is about you, not them. It's not about them. Again, if it's their fault, you're giving them the power. There's nothing you can do. Radical self-acceptance, radical self-accountability, huge, huge, life-transforming. We're living at a time where we're realizing the cycles, the ideas, the programs, the type of intelligence that has been perpetuated through generations that has been destructive to self, which was why our loved ones that came before us lived life the way they did in ways that didn't please them in so many reasons, so many ways. They were stuck. They were limited. They didn't believe in themselves. There were a lot of dreams that they never lived because there's a lot of accomplishments that they never attained because they were stuck in this give their power away. There's nothing they can do about it. Somebody else has more power in their life than them mentality. And I'm very well aware that what I'm talking about is not going to be easily accepted by everybody, but that's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. You aligned with this message. You were brought here for a reason. Yeah, you. The one that can hear me and see me speak right now. You were brought here for a reason because you're ready for more. You're ready to break the chains of all this past stuff that has kept people restricted. It's kept them small. It's kept them in fear. It's kept them in doubt. It's kept them in poverty. It's kept them in victimization mode. It's kept them in all kinds of stuff that they don't want to be in. You're ready to break out of it. You are ready right now. So if the first phase is cutting through all the negativity, Prince of Swords energy. The second base, what do we have on the next phase? Is the Five of Cups. Once you cut through all the negativity, then there's going to be this sort of emotional processing because there was a lot of emotions attached to those negative ideas that you thought were your truth your whole life. That you thought, well, this is just the way it is. And then, I mean, when you realize, like, you wait, it's like they're showing me Neo when he was brought out of the Matrix, you know, and you finally realize what you are. It's like that. A whole different level of self-awareness. And so there's this processing that you'll go through where you like almost mourn. Thank you. They reminded me of a brief conversation I had today where I was like talking about how with this full moon, I felt like I've been mourning and saying the eulogy for who I used to be. And that's what this card is giving me the energy of. Saying the eulogy for who you used to be. To my small self, to my victimized self, to my impoverished self, to my incapable, unable, unlovable, unsuccessful self. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. You taught me so much. You fulfilled your purpose here. It's time for you to go. And the same to that old partner, that old career field, that old mentality, that old belief system, whatever it was, right, that came up in the confronting negativity energy and taking accountability and calling your power back from every person, situation, and circumstance ever. There is a release of the attachment to the old ideas and the old perceptions that were a part of that. And so there could be a whole emotional process where, I mean, you could just bawl your head off realizing, damn, I really screwed myself up all those years. But don't get mad at yourself. Do not get mad at yourself. That's not helpful either. Radical self-acceptance. Thank you. We did that so long, the darkness got so dark that now the me that we became to be, can see the bright piercing light. And now I know there's another way. So thank you for going through the toughest times we'll ever go through because you were the one that didn't have your power. Boy, As a matter of fact, me being the future version of you, I will send back in time some power to you to help you get through all the shit you got to go through. See, some of you, when you went through a lot of the pain of the victimization of all the struggle that you had been through in the past, you didn't know how you had the strength to get through that. It was like moving through a movie or something like that. And you don't know, it was this future version of yourself that finally figures it out, that sent back to your past version of yourself the power, the energy, the determination, the willpower, and the ambition. Just keep going, baby. Put one foot in front of the other. Just keep moving forward. We're going to get there eventually, because look at, I'm here now. Oh. So the second step, once you confront the negativity from the past, that's another thing with this Diana the Moon. If there's a card for the past or the future, the past would be the moon and the future would be the sun. Okay? So if there is one card to say past, the moon. Definitely the moon, right? So confronting the negativity from the past, right? Where you're at. Recognizing like the old version of self served a purpose. Who you used to be. That old identity. The smaller version of you. Served as a stepping stone for you to become the main character. For you to become the center of your universe. For you to realize that you are the reason, the power, the miracles, and the magic. Thank you so much, past self. You went through so much to help me figure this out. All right. In our third base, which is our fifth position, the step 3, where you're headed, the final phase. What do we have? The 9 of Cups. I know it's a lot. However, if you try to run from it, it's gonna chase you down. These facts, once you know, you can't unknow. You're ready to know, otherwise you wouldn't have been brought here. The resolution, the result, the outcome is the wish fulfillment card, the 9 of Cups. In the 7 of Cups, you make a wish. In the 9 of Cups, you get that wish come true. Also, the 9 of Cups talks to me about emotional independence, emotional intelligence. It talks about you are the reason for your happiness, which is part of the title today. 9 of Cups energy. Satisfaction, joy, fulfillment. All of the serotonin receptors in your brain are full. And your happiness is a result of you, not them. I'm hearing you, this is where you become invincible. This is where you hit every ball out of the park every time. Get that home run that you ain't even got to stress about. You can just walk through the rounds because, baby, ain't nobody going to catch the ball, so they can't catch you. Nobody's going to be able to strike you out ever again. You dropped so many balls in the past. You had so many foul balls, so many strikeouts. Like, you got so messed up in the past because your skill just wasn't there, but that was part of the training. So this is why we say thank you to the past self. Thank you for going through all the pain, all the struggle, all the difficulty, all the tragedy, all the trauma. Because I've processed that, I've healed it, I've taken my power out of it, and now I know that I am the reason for my season, and this is the season I select, and I live it, and this is my reality, and nobody else has the power over that but me. I get to choose. I learned to say yes. I've learned to say no. I mean, when your wish fulfillment comes up, you have to have acceptance for it too. You have to be willing to say, yes, I will have my wish fulfillment. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely, I'll show up for me. This is you being the star player. This is you being the main character. This is you in your fulfillment. And I love this energy for you. So this is where you're headed. That's the final phase. Let's see what is at the home plate. What is the result? What is the resolution and the outcome? Is the devil card, temptation. Wow, I love this because this is the part. Don't get scared. Don't get scared of the devil. So this is what happens. When you stop running from the devil and you turn around and you confront that muckahuckahoo, what happens is you will look like the devil to other people. Now, let me explain it. Don't cut and run. And this is what I'm trying to say. When your life is going so beautiful, because no matter what comes your way, you strike it out of the park. What happens with all the other players on the field? Even the other people on your team? Oh, well, damn. Why is it that the tribe is able to hit a home run every time and hit it out of the park? I can't do that. How did they figure it out? Why can't I do that too? You see where this is heading? How dare you have it all? How dare you get to have love and money and spirituality and health? You got to sacrifice somewhere. No, the fuck I don't. No, the fuck I don't. They would have you to believe that you have to sacrifice something to get everything else. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you can do this in alignment with the foundation of love, peace, and happiness and still be approved by the divine. They didn't like Jesus' ass either. I'm just saying. They did not. So here's the thing. When you stop being triggered by everything and everyone and you come into this place of emotional mastery and emotional independence and emotional intelligence and emotional stability and fulfillment and joy that's true and eternal because it's built from you, oh, you're going to trigger the fuck out of them because I can't manipulate you no more. You don't care that I'm having a bad day. You won't go down into the trenches emotionally with me because, my relationship is fucked up. Yeah, damn, Skippy, I sure won't. Do you know how costly that is to me? No, thank you. You can just ride right on by while they going through their shit because you know what? You realize, they're accountable for their life too. Whether they know it or not has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you at all. What you know is what you're accountable for. And it makes you so powerful that people will look at you and they will think that you're doing something wrong to be in the position you are, to live the way you do, to walk in this invincibility too. But the thing of it is, you trigger people. So the devil card today is talking about, in this deck, it's called Temptation. Its name is Temptation. But right now it's really talking about being triggered. Instead of you being triggered all the time, hitting the foul balls, getting struck out, all that. You become the trigger for everyone else. Because when you got to this place of authentic divinity, fully accountable for your experience. Thank you for the love donation. Gonna sissin. Okay. You trigger the heck out of them. They get triggered by you. And all you doing is living your best life. All you doing is walking around nonchalant and happy most of the time. Most all the time. Like that's the only way they see you. If you got something going on in your mind, something going on in your life, they'll never know about it because you're just going to know that that's a wave, part of the wave you riding through, you ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Everything works out in my favor. And that's going to trigger the heck out of them. Because they haven't got there yet. They don't know what to do to get to that state of being. But that's not your responsibility, right? Not your responsibility. There's nothing you can do to heal them, to fix it for them. They have to do it for themselves. Just like when people call me and ask me to do spell work for them. Like, no, I'm not going to do no spells for you. It's really going to screw you up. And I'm not interested in messing with my karma. Because for me to cast spell work on you is a form of opening up the window of control. In most cases. There are a few specific cases where that would not be true. But that has a lot to do with my intention. So in 99.9% of cases, I don't mess with nobody. I don't do no spell work. The energy you put out comes back to you. When you out here trying to mess with people, that's such a bad idea because all that, now you done told the universe that anybody could control you without your permission too. Just like you decided you could control somebody else's life without their permission or with their permission. It's a window of control. It's closed. It's not worth it. It's too costly, right? So the outcome in this is understand. Because you are the reason, you're the power, you're the miracle, you're the magic. Oh, their people are going to be triggered because they're not going to be able to utilize, well, I could do this favor for you. as a manipulation tactic no more. They're not going to be able to control you with their money, with their sex, with their food, with their spells, with their opportunities, anything. They're not going to be able to control you with anything. They're going to have to come with authentic offers, offered in purity, which if you want, you can accept. Great. But all this shit where they try to manipulate and all the lies and that stuff doesn't work like that on you. And now you trigger the heck out of them. They get mad. How are you having another great day? How are you always coming to the office happy? I hate Monday. I come in here pissed off every fucking Monday. How dare you come in here singing songs and skipping and dancing every fucking day? Hello? So there's that. So they want me to peer a little bit more into this message and do some clarifying cards on it. Oh, thank you for another love donation. So grateful. I'm going to use this astrology answers deck that I bought years ago that I thought was destroyed. And in the back of my head, like I almost turned this into a piece of art because the cards at one point, they got wet with water and they were all stuck together. I went to go open them up. I was like, well, maybe I'll use them for a piece of art now. It was always in the back of my head. They're perfectly fine. They separated just fine. They're not broken or nothing. I'm like, oh, yeah. Just let them sit there for years. They'll dry out. In the box. Never opened them. Just left them alone. So we'll use this deck. I love this deck. When I had my niece with me when she was my baby, I mentioned her in the video. She and I used to read cards with these. And boy, she could read some cards, that little baby. Whew, don't sleep on the children. I'm telling you, do not sleep on the children. They are so magical. And the thing is, nobody's taught them that they're not yet. And so the children have so much magic. They haven't been taught to give their power away yet. This is why they can be real challenging for you. Because you want them to do what you want them to do. But they're still in their independent thinking. They're still in their divinity. They're still in their power. They haven't been taught to give it away yet. To trade it for somebody else's approval, right? You might be training them to do that right now, and you may change your mind in certain ways, not every way. I mean, you still go and give them a pat on the hand if they reach in with the fork into the plug type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to let them just hurt themselves, but you may change your mind in certain ways. Well, fine, they want to do tap dancing. They don't want to do ballet. I really wanted them to do ballet, but damn, I guess I'll let them tap dance because that's what they want to do. Oh, they want to play in the dirt. Let me just let them play in the dirt. Fuck it. I don't want them to get all dirty, but what's it really going to hurt? Let them play in the dirt. Next thing you know, that child grows up, you got a whole engineer. Like they building houses. They got a whole construction company type of shit. You don't know, right? Anyways, back to where we were on the home plate. Where you are now, okay? You came out with the High Priestess. Show me this High Priestess energy, please, and thank you. Show me more. What can you show me? 8 of Pentacles in the Fool. I love this. As you faced the cycles that were repeating in your life, you did the work. And the Fool is freedom. You're ready for a new journey. You're ready for the next level. Give me some more on that. With the 3 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Joyfully closing out cycles, shifting energies, flipping things over in your life, changing directions in life happily. You're so excited for a new direction in your life. And anywhere where you're going in a new direction in your life, I see a lot of keeping it secret. At the bottom of the deck right now, we have the Death card. Again, confirming you're walking into a new phase in life. You're not telling everybody about it. Ain't everybody business. So what does that mean? Let me see what does that look like. Show me what that looks like in their actual real day-to-day life. So somebody here, you're starting a new relationship. It's beautiful. You're not telling nobody. Somebody else, you just got a divorce. It's beautiful. Congratulations. You're not telling everybody. Somebody just went and got a brand new car, bought a brand new house. You just got a new job. You're not telling anybody. Somebody here, you just started a new diet, a new health routine. You're not telling anybody. Somebody here, you just came into, I see it. I see you. You just came into a huge windfall. You had an inheritance come in. You had a lawsuit paid out, something, but you ain't told nobody, and you still ain't gonna tell nobody. You could go get a new car, but you won't. You still gonna drive your old car. You could go buy a fucking house right now, cash, but you're not going to. You're gonna stay in your little condo that you're renting. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. You're gonna keep it to yourself, and that's a good idea. So, in the pictures mound, what's coming at you? You had the moon, Diana. Okay, let me see what's up. Show me why the moon is here as far as what's coming to you. Unknown territory. Absolutely. You don't know what this relationship is going to look like. You don't know what this new career field is going to look like. I mean, you have your ideas. You don't know what it's going to be like to be so financially independent like you've never been before. You don't know what it's going to be like to be separated from that person that you've been with all these years. You finna find out. What you know, with the pictures bound, what's coming at you, you manifested it, you made it happen. Oh, you're the reason? Oh, you're the power? Oh, you're the miracles? Oh, you're the magic. Yeah, baby, that's the energy. Okay, let me see with that. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, because you sat there. You did the work. You put in the time. You designed it. And then you worked in harmony with it, and you invested your time, your energy, and your resources to become this, okay? You set the intention. Some of y'all literally just been practicing. You've been in your house just practicing the new identity, like for reals. What does that look like, Melinda? What are you talking about? Well, I mean, your old identity, we're going to use wealth. Since that recent reading we just did was all about wealth consciousness, go check it out if you haven't watched it already. But so let's say your old mentality was you were broke, you were poor, you were struggling, you never had enough money, you were robbing from Peter to pay Paul, all the stupid shit, funny money, all that stuff. Money don't grow on trees, and you wasn't born with the silver spoon, all this shit, right? So when you learned that you had power and you could take your power back from shit, you get off of my head, stop it. You started focusing into being the wealthy one in your life. I am the rich man. I have financial freedom. I have so much money sitting in the bank, I don't even know what to do with it. So I'm just going to sit here and just let it just sit there and marinate. This is great. You started spending money in your mind every day. What would I donate to? I have enough money now. You start playing this game in your mind. I have enough money now that I could literally do anything I want and still never run out of money. So I should donate to some things that matter to me. How much will I donate to what? Okay. Oh, I think I should start some businesses. Oh, I know some really awesome people that could deserve a break. How could I start a business for them and not let them know that I was the one that did it? Oh, we could pretend like it's some sort of government grant or some sort of community program, or that'd be great. So here you are making plans of what you're going to do with this new, this is how you created this new mentality. You decided what it was, and then you started to live it, creating, and we've talked to you a lot about watching the movie in your mind of your creation. You're the main character. You're the director, you're the scriptwriter, you're the audience, you are all of it. You are the creator and the observer. Okay. So you did that, and that's what this Queen of Pentacles is showing me. As she's sitting there staring at the pentacle in her lap, she's deciding what that pentacle is, okay? It's done, it's already done, absolutely. And the Two of Cups, okay, and the King of Wands. So, Two of Cups and King of Wands. And you get the love too. And you get the love too. Step one, where you at the first phase. You start, listen, when I say you get the love too, this is about you being in love with your own creation. I love what I do. I love how I live. I love the way my days flow. I love so this is the energy of you. This isn't about another person. This is about you offering appreciation to the old self that has to die for you to become the new self that you've become. This is about offering the love and appreciation for all the old house, all the old stuff, all that was, for the all that's becoming, all that is, all that's now. Important. Okay. So that is what's coming your way. I also see that what's coming your way, as they're throwing this pitch to you, again, reminding you, you may not know exactly what it looks like, which lets me know that you did your materializing from a generalized visualization as opposed to going so fucking specific with all the details, which is a good idea, because Boy, when you go, this has been my experience. When you try to go specific with the details to materialize things in this life, trust and believe that there's some part of the checklist that you forgot to think about to add that into the checklist. I'm just saying, like, okay. Fine, I will tell you this story. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm not going to tell all the details, but I'm going to tell enough details. Let me just say that I once materialized the perfect partner, and I had a whole conversation with my daughter, talking shit, making jokes. Jokes are a great way to materialize stuff. So don't ever count yourself down or out with jokes. Lift yourself up and over with jokes, okay? All the time, because that shit comes true easy, because it's so allowing, so non-resistant. And so this day, me and my daughter were talking stuff about materializing the perfect partner for me. And so we described these details, those details, the other details. And let me tell you, this person, by the time we were done at the event, halfway through the event, was following us around the whole event, because I materialized exactly what I said. What I didn't materialize was the compatibility, spiritually or sexually. There was no sexual compatibility there at all, and no spiritual compatibility. This is why I say it's really good when you just let the universe fill in the details that they know that you love. You let your higher self do that. You let your spirit team do that. You let God do that. Whatever language you speak. I know all these vernaculars, and it all means the same thing to me. Because in that checklist, you have to include every fucking thing if you're going to go specific. It is so much better if you just let the universe bring you the best thing that is better than you could have ever imagined, that you're actually ready to align with right now. Show me, if I'm so loved, show me how loved I am. If I'm so appreciated, show me how appreciated I am. If I'm so blessed, show me how blessed I am. I mean, that way. You see what I'm saying? Because you may think that you know all the details and specifics about what you want, but I trust. I'm pretty thorough and analytical when I go into these things, and that's how I learned to just generalize that shit. Because as thorough and as analytical as I was, when I tell you, not only was the person the height, they had the job, they were a business owner, like I said, the right hobby, like I said, like all the things. The physical appearance was, everything looked like it was perfect. It was literally exactly what I asked for. But I didn't think about a couple of specific details that were very important. Yeah, I don't do that no more. So there's that. On first base, where you were headed, the first phase was the Prince of Swords. We talked about cutting out negativity, getting rid of all the false programming, the false ideas, dealing with the idea that people ain't going to like what you're doing now. And they're going to try to tell you about yourself. They're going to try to tell you what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act. That's not right. That's politically incorrect. God don't like that when you're doing it. You're so evil. Oh, you don't care. You don't love me. All this. Oh well. Just get ready for it. Yeah. With the Queen of Wands coming out and the Star. Well, this is the phase where you're just like, well, this was all destined to happen. They said, and when it happens, remember that it was all part of the fate. It was fated. They was going to get mad anyways. Oh, well. Okay. And then, the Empress. Oh, I love. Okay, the Empress coming out with the 7 of Cups. The reason all that stuff has to happen is because the Empress and the 7 of Cups. This is so you can open up your awareness to what you're worth and deserve, and then stand up for it. Stand in your position. Stand 10 toes down for who and what you are. Everybody's going to try to tell you about yourself. They're going to try to cut you off. They're going to try to tell you there's something wrong with you, that you ain't doing right. You must be doing something wrong. Something like that. Well, you're not taking care of me no more. You're so selfish. I thought you loved me. But you've been doing it all this time. Oh, well, I'm not doing it no more. Okay, I've changed. Everything has changed now. They don't like it. Okay, fine. You have to deal with that. It's part of your fate. It's part of your destiny. Fate means it was going to happen. Destiny means you need your courage and faith to get through it. Why? So you can honor your options as an Empress. Baby, we are not picking for low-hanging fruit. You hear me? We're not going for the bottom of the barrel. We are going for the finest. We're going for it all. We want the whole enchilada. With sour cream on top. I heard with sour cream on top. So somebody's having an enchilada with sour cream on top. Whoever you are, huge confirmation for you. So you know, anytime they try to make you question your worthiness, your deservability, or your decision that you've made to take action for yourself, what you make it happen in your life with the Queen of Wands energy there, they're there so you can learn to stand on your own two legs, baby. You don't need their support. You don't need their approval. You don't need them to see things your way. You don't need them to agree with you. You don't need them to co-sign shit. You got the credit to co-sign it for your damn self. You don't need nobody to go to the bank with you to cash your check. You don't need a ride to the bank. You get it yourself. 8 of Wands. Yeah, it's going to start. It will come in the first phase. It will come at you from all directions. People going to have thoughts. They're going to have shit to say. They're going to try to get in the middle of your way of being. Okay, that's what I heard. So, second step is on second base. And it's the next phase was the 5 of Cups, where we talked about, you know, you're going to have to say goodbye to who you used to be and cut some ties and realize where you were holding on to some false dreams. And then there's this mourning process like, damn, I really screwed myself over. I really made my life harder. It didn't have to be this hard if I would have just known. Okay. But the 2 of Wands, that's because you're ready to make that new move. You're done with the old way. The first one is fixed in position. It stands on its own. It served its need. You're standing, looking with the world at the palm of your hands at all the new possibilities. This is where you're going, okay? And it's going to involve you saying no to the same old stuff and realizing like, no, I'm creating what I want to create. Somebody else, this is a human hand coming out of that cloud to offer you something to try to take your attention off of. I'm looking at my 3 cups. I'm looking at where is my joy? Where is my celebration? I'm looking at that. Somebody's going to tries to take your attention off of that and put it onto their thing in their hand. So a lot of you, this is going to be making a choice that involves leaving behind you a human hand that just is not playing a part in your role, in your future. They don't have a role to play in your future. And here we go. The Lovers and the 9 of Swords. You're afraid. There's a part of you that is afraid to make this choice, but you make the choice and feel the fear and do it anyways. Why are you afraid? Because you ain't never done nothing like this before. You have never done nothing so self-fulfilling, self-honoring, and self-respecting like this before, because everybody else was getting what they needed out of the joint. That's what I heard. Everybody else was getting what they needed out of the joint. So here you go, disappearing on folks. Making enlightened decisions. Making enlightened decisions that you know other people aren't going to like. And then doing it anyways. Because you know that it's what's in alignment with you. You know that it's part of your path. It's the second phase. Once they attack you, once they try to throw you off your path, like you can see their energy real clear. You have Temperance at the bottom of the deck. You got to try to calm yourself. You got to try to get back into your peace. Once they attack your peace, once they show that they're not in alignment with what brings you peace, yeah, you got to make those choices, right? You got to make those choices. Thank you. They're showing me when we were talking on and on about the diamond, this is a cutting phase. This is a cutting phase. This is a part where you have to cut and polish, okay? So in the third base, where you're headed in the final phase, was the 9 of Cups, the wish fulfillment, getting what you fucking came for, okay? Emotional independence. You find that once you've done this process enough, you repeated the process, did it over and over again, you find that it becomes really difficult for people to get you out of your vibe. You're not so emotionally affected by everybody else and their what the fuck they got going on. You're satisfied. You become wiser. You become more independent. The 3 of Swords, the sadness, disappointment, the truth that hurts like a bee but sets you free. That's because, you know, you got 2 sides of the story and the truth. Oh, yeah, 3 swords. So 3 swords is the truth that hurts like a bee and sets you free. All the tears, all the sadness with the rain there. Let's see what else. Lord of mercy. My hot tea is cooling down already. With the Queen of Swords. So, in this 9 of Cups, part of your wish fulfillment is all that pain you went through, it made you wiser. It made you more willing to look at the truth beneath the surface and read between the lines and stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself. And it's because you went through so much junk, shit, and funk before. Hello. Let's see what else comes out with that Nine of Cups. The Chariot and the Three of Wands. And now as I direct results, see, we have an alignment of energy here. The energy started with the Three of Swords. The alignment of energy comes up with the Three of Wands. That Three of Swords turns into a Three of Wands. The Chariot is in between. The Queen makes the decision to say, oh, yeah. The Queen, when she cuts off, she's not going to explain herself. That's why everybody calls her the bitch of the Tarot. The Ice Queen. Yeah, we're almost done. Throat. Can y'all say some prayers for me? Some miracles and some blessings and some intentions for me to get through this reading and not lose my throat? Okay, I'm just kidding. No, really, like, for real, y'all can, please, yeah, you can reciprocate this energy by sending wish fulfillment my way. That'd be fine. Anyways, back to this. The Queen of Swords gets a bad rap because she's been through a lot of stuff. She's been hurt a lot in life, and that's that Three of Swords that backs her. But because of that, the Chariot, she now knows how to go through all the stuff so fast, so fast, so fast. So Queen of Swords is a queen of talking big shit and backing it up. Like, she'll tell somebody, you don't get no chances. Or she won't even tell them they don't get no chances. Like a couple of viewers today saying disrespectful stuff on the comments. I didn't even let them know that they didn't. I didn't let them know they weren't going to get a second chance, that they should have never said the stupid shit. You're finding out about it now. Some of you might have caught those comments. You might have also caught where I blocked their commenting on this channel forevermore. I will not remove that. Queen of Swords is like that. You don't get chances with her. You better show up correct the first time. Because the first time you fuck up, she's out of there, George, John, Billy, Bob, Susie, Sally, whatever the fuck their name is. Gone. Gone. She's gone. And you won't hear from her no more. You won't be able to communicate with her no more. And yeah, you probably will go talk shit about her. But oh well. Oh well, she doesn't care. She really doesn't care. Other people have gotten mad at her for worse. And less. She really doesn't care, right? So that Three of Swords, that hurt, that pain and all that stuff, because it developed this quality in her of being able to cut stuff off and read between the lines and just honor herself, really, and just get over take action. The Chariot is about taking action, moving her energy, moving her body, moving her life, moving herself, and whatever type of movement needs to happen to what? Get to the good stuff. This is the good stuff coming in. The ship's coming in with the Three of Wands. There's good things coming my way. And so that's where Nine of Cups, baby, you got good things coming your way. And all the pain you done been through, all the hurt, all that cutting, yeah, that's what turned you into what you're becoming now, which is somebody who always gets what they want, who's living a great life. Like I said, you get it all. You get the great sex, you get the love, you get the spirituality, you get the money, you get the good food, you get the good clothes, you get the good ride, you get the good life, period, the good life. Oh, the good life. I'm living a good life. Okay, that part. In the home plate, the result, the resolution, and the outcome was you turn into what triggers everybody else. Like, how the hell did they make it out of the hood? How did they turn into a multimillionaire, billionaire, trillionaire? How did they get put at the top of the list? How did they get... Oh, they just showed me a whole Bible scripture. There's a Bible scripture that says something about being humble. You know, if you sit at the don't just go sit at the head of the table, because then you let the person who is the owner of the house put you at the head of the table. That's what's happening. They're like, well, how did Tribe get put at the head of the table? How did Tribe get put at the head of the list? How did Tribe magically manifest this, that, and the other? Well, because they didn't give a fuck about you and how come, and all your questions and all the stuffs. All the trash you be talking about how Tribe, oh, well, you don't take my calls no more. You fucking right, I don't take your calls no more. You ain't got nothing positive to offer. Okay, oh, well, you know, you ain't paying my phone bill no more. You're right, I'm not paying your phone bill. It's your fucking phone bill. Well, you know, we don't hang out like we used to. You're right, because I realized that every time I hung out with you, like, you were so disrespectful. Why would I hang out with you? All you do is talk shit about me. You think I don't know? Oh, that part. You know, and that's just lightweight stuff. Some of y'all literally have been going through this. So, because you're no longer triggered by them, you don't need them. You don't want them. You're not attached to what they do and how they show up. And you're now the reason, the power, the miracle, and the magic. You don't need nobody else to fulfill you. You're uncontrollable. You're a whole fucking renegade up in this bitch. No, there's no pimp in here. If anybody's getting paid, it's me, I heard. Okay? And some of you understand that lingo, and some of you are like, what the hell is she talking about? Did she just say that word? Yes, I said that word. Okay? Because that's what these people want to do. If you don't understand that this is what these people want to do, if you could look at life as a pimping and hoeing game, you would get ahead. Because trust and believe, somebody thinks they're pimping your ass for something. You're going to have to turn into a renegade, which means there's no pimps around here. I put in the work, I get paid. And why is that coming out? Because a lot of us, okay, in this energy, as we had given our power away in the past, other people been living paid lives because they was living off of your energy. Somebody didn't have to work for the last 15 years because you've been paying for their whole lifestyle. Wow, must be nice. They will pimp your ass. Do you see how the game works? Like, don't get caught up in what you think it means. There's so much more to it, right? And I love that you just put that up there, Janetta, because it's not that simple, honey. She put up energy vampires. Listen, they can't take from you what you don't allow them to. Get away from this new age trap of, oh, they're siphoning my energy. They're stealing my energy. No, the fuck they're not. You're lowering your vibe. You're entertaining the bullshit. Take accountability. Take accountability. That's what this whole message has been about. Taking accountability. You're the reason. You're the power. You're the miracles. You're the magic. If they're taking your power, you're giving it away. Why do you feel drained every time you go over there? Well, why the fuck are you going over there then? You went over there. Somebody's sitting there saying, yeah, but I have to go to job. I have to go to my job. And I get drained while I'm there. Well, stop giving the energy that you don't need to be giving to that job. You need to get back in alignment with what the fuck you got that job for in the first place. They're paying you to go in there and do a function, and then, you go get your check. Oh, and that's it. And if you make it about that, then you can focus on how comfy the chair is. Oh, I like the way the temperature is in here. I love it. They have free coffee, tea, and sodas for me all day long. And you can stop getting emotionally attached to everybody else and the shit they got going on and what they want you to do that you can't do. And giving up, doing 2 and 3 people, 4 people work at the job. One of my ladies, and I'm not going to say your name just in case you're watching, I ain't putting your business out there like that, but I'm definitely telling your story. Because one of my ladies, she was just sitting up there telling me about how, she been doing her boss's job for all these years. But hold on, you ain't getting paid the boss's pay. Boss ain't never even in the fucking office. Yeah, do you see the problem here? Like, baby, do what they pay you to do. First off, they don't give a fuck about you emotionally. So why are you giving your emotions to this place? Why do you care? They're not paying you to care. Why are you missing your lunch break? Another one of my girls, I got so many ladies, and just like, I got a lot of ladies. I'm so polyamorous. Anyways, one of my ladies, she, at her job, she was telling me years ago, she told me this. And it's so funny because every time she even thinks about it, like she hears me chewing her ass out, I went off on her really bad because she's like, yeah, I haven't been taking my breaks because, there's so much work to do. I said, bitch, you better take your fucking break. Go take your motherfucking break. They're not paying you for it. It's legal. You have to take your motherfucking break. Go take your break. And so, every time she tries to let work crowd out, I say, you can only get so much work done in a day. You better take both your 15s and your whole hour. You better. Because they're not paying you for that. Take your break. They're also not paying you to give so many fucks that you put your own health down, your own well-being down, so that they can make more money for free off of you? Where do they do that at? Oh, all over the fucking place. All over the place. People are doing it all over the place. You're giving too much. They paid you to do one job, one person's job, And legally, you're supposed to have this break, that break, and the other break. Take your breaks. Do what the fuck they paid you to. Quit volunteering for extra shit. Quit caring so fucking much. It'd be different if you saw that they cared about you. Like, oh, your kid's sick. You need to go pick them up. Well, why don't I, you can use my car if you need to. Wow, that might be a little bit different experience. But usually they're like, no, we need you to stay. You can't leave. And you busy worrying about, well, I'm just going to skip my break because, we got a lot of work to do today. Get the fuck out of here. Quit. Quit doing that shit. Whether it's at a job or for a lover. You sitting up here trying to have this whole love relationship and you carrying both sides of the relationship, honey. You supposed to do your part of the relationship. They supposed to do their part of the relationship. If you're doing both parts of a relationship, you do better in a relationship by your mother-loving self. Instead of with that mucka-hucka who you got sitting up underneath you. I'm just saying. So now, let's go into this devil card energy, the temptation card. Yeah, they want what you got because they don't have it. And it's going back to our first position, which was the high priestess, which was the whole energy of like, and you ain't telling everybody. There's that. Like, you could do everybody in that office job, but you ain't telling nobody that. You just gonna do your job. Fuck it. And then I'm gonna take my breaks, and then I'm gonna clock out and go home, and I ain't thinking about this place until I clocked in. I'm not gonna go home and have a conversation at the dinner table about this place. Oh no. Okay. The outcome. Starting with the high priestess, coming out with the strength card. Honey, you are in your power. You are the reason. You are the power, you are the miracles, and you are the magic. King of Cups with the 8 of Cups. And we had an extra come out in this position with the 4 of Wands. Your emotional mastery is allowing you to mind your own business. 8 of Cups is mind your own business. And the 4 of Wands to go get what is yours and celebrate being on your own path. It's that simple. That's what your emotional mastery allows you to do. And this is the outcome. I want you to think back. They're saying, I want you to think back on a distraction where you gave too many F's, where you gave too much money, where you gave too much time, and all you did was delay things for yourself. It cost you more. You didn't get what you needed done. I see somebody where there's a person that was always asking for a ride. I see you. I don't know who you were, but you was giving this person a ride. And this person giving them a ride was going 100% out of your way. And you had somewhere you needed to be that day. You needed to be there on time. It was going to be great. You were ready. But this person asked you for a ride again. And so here you go thinking, well, I could just make it part. I can make it. So you're thinking you're going to pressure yourself and that you can make it just in the nick of time to be where you need to be on time. But it didn't work out that way. Because when you were headed where you were going, there was some sort of traffic delay. You didn't have to go that way. The universe was showing you, stop giving this lazy bum a ride. They never even offered $1 in gas. And when your car was broke down, they didn't try to send you an Uber or a Lyft. They didn't care that you needed new brakes. And here you are, putting yourself out again. And it feels like you had a date. It feels like you had a date with a really great person lined up. And then this douche asked you for a ride. And you was actually the douche in the situation because you did it to yourself. You did yourself out. You washed yourself right up out of that great opportunity because you had to cancel the date last minute because you got caught up in traffic trying to take some food to where they needed to be. They a grown-ass person. They could take the bus. They could take a long-ass walk. They could catch an Uber. There's a million ways they can handle their business. It was never your business to mind. That's the 8 of Cups energy telling you, mind your business, go get your fresh start. Do not get distracted at this point by somebody who's coming up trying to make what they got going on your responsibility, where they want you to put your business aside. No, you need to mind your business right now. Yeah, and I hope you do like the last lady I was talking about. And every time you think about minding somebody else's business and putting yourself on the back burner, to cool down when you finally got some fire going for yourself, baby. You're cooking now. And I hope you hear me chewing you out, telling you to mind your own business. Because I will gladly chew you out every day. I'll be your Jiminy Cricket. I will play the voice of your conscience to remind you to mind your own business. Just like that person needs to learn how to do. Whoever they are, they need to figure out their own transportation. You are not their free transportation. And you should not be putting yourself out in order to get somebody else where they need to be. Because how you going to be on time for your own date? You had an important date to make that day. And you were late. Really fucking late. And it mattered. It mattered that you were so late because of a traffic jam. You thought, because you had planned it. I hear you had planned it. You were like, I have just enough time. I can do this, I can do that, and I'll be there a little bit early. And then this joke over here, this distraction over here, and it triggered you. At that point, when you did that, you were still being triggered by them. Otherwise, it would have been fine for you to piss them off and tell them, no, I got things to do. That's it. You could have just said no and walked away. But you didn't want to be, you didn't want them to be triggered by you. So you allowed yourself to be triggered by them. They pulled the gun. You killed your opportunity. Wow. Wow. Do you see how this works yet? Okay. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Swords. Stop falling for the BS. Trust and believe. If you don't give the person a ride, if you don't do what they want you to do, they're going to find a way to get it done. There's another one that's just like them, that's easily manipulated and mentally controlled and all that stuff. Let them go mess their plans up, mess their day up. Maybe they do have to walk home. Maybe they need to take a 2-hour walk so they can learn how to be more responsible when they get their paycheck. You know, like you do. So you have a car and gas and tires and brakes and dates. I mean, I'm just saying. You don't have to take responsibility. If it's not a minor child that came out of your vagina, out of your body, out of your semen, or something like that, then you don't have to. Yeah, that includes your parents too. You didn't birth them. Yes, that includes that sister, that brother, that cousin, that grandma, that auntie. I don't care. We'll fuck Nana up around here. Don't let Nana come around here being disrespectful, because she'll get kicked out too. All of them. Yep, that's exactly why I told you a minute ago, they gonna look at you and they gonna call you that Queen of Swords. You ice queen. You fucking cold-hearted bitch. Yes, you're right, I am, because you ain't got no heart for me anyways. So for you, yeah, I am. Now, does that mean you just be like that with everybody? No, not at all. Not at all. When people show up to you in respectful energy, you're very respectful. We're talking specifically about anybody that disrespects, anybody that violates. We don't have to make any explanations. Keep it at a compliment, but get disrespectful, get gross with it, get obscene. Oh, you'll never comment here again. You'll never comment here again, because we will permanently delete you from that access, because it's a privilege to get up on here and comment. It's a privilege to be in my physical space. If you disrespect that, you'll never be in my physical space again. And you'll miss me forever, because there's no one like me. You'll never meet another like me. You'll forever want to apologize to me if you get up on here and talk crazy on this channel, because you'll never be able to talk to me again on this channel. Oh, you'll be able to watch. You'll have a lot you want to say. You might even want to curse me out. Whatever. You could do it in your house. Because every time you talk shit about me, every time you think about me, every time you speak on my name, I don't care what your intention is. It's all the same. I get paid. I get more views. I get more energy. I'll take all your energy. Go ahead. Get mad. And that's the vibe that you're coming into. You see what I'm saying? That's the vibe you're coming into. Unapologetic. Fearless. Fierce, baby. You're fierce. Wow. That energy. This is what I have for you. What an amazing, empowering message it's been today. So thankful and grateful for all your interactions, for doing all the YouTube things that boost the channel, get this message out, because you know that we're not the only ones. We're part of this collective, and our collective is expanding and growing every day. Y'all are growing the channel. Thank you for all your beautiful intentions and well wishes for me, for wishes for my prosperity and abundance, and my wish fulfillment in life, my happy, satisfied life. The more money I get, I'm so excited, because as all of this comes together, I see me. I see me on the beach in New Zealand going live with you and with Janine, because she's been on this tribe forever. And with Norma Jean, she ain't been watching the videos no more. But that's fine. I'm going to call her ass up too. I see me in Ireland with that lady that said she was in Ireland. Because even though I don't know her name yet, I know she's in Ireland. And you know what? She's going to keep coming back. And I'm going to figure out her name. And then she's going to end up working with me one-on-one. I'm going to get to go know her. And then I'm going to go to travel to Ireland and record over there. But first, I'm going to have to stop in New Jersey to go see Kat and record from her porch. I'm talking about on location, live with the tribe, reading. This is the vision, right? So keep on pouring all the love, all the blessings. Thank you for your love donations. All of it contributes. All the energy, all the hearts you put up. Hype the video. If you're in the US, YouTube has this new feature where you can hype the videos. Go to the comments, swipe once. You'll see it right there. Hype. It's free. You can only do it 3 times a week. If you use all your 3 hypes on me and you keep doing that, and all of y'all keep doing that, YouTube's going to want to boost the algorithm for us. And wouldn't that be, how fun would that be? I could see it. I could see it. How fun would that be if YouTube, if we had so many views on YouTube, that YouTube paid for me to take a trip once a month to be live on location with a different person from the tribe. Wow. That just sounds so fucking fun. I would probably get sick and fucking tired of traveling once a month because I'm a homebody. I don't go nowhere. But I'm just saying, like, how fun would that be? At some point, I'll be like, fuck, I got to go take this fucking plane. Now I got to go fly back to New Zealand. Got to go see Janine again. Oh, Lord, it's her turn on the rotation. And I can see, like, it even being like a lottery. Like, you put in, like, I'll host you, Melinda. Come record in my city. And now I got a list of places I need to go fucking record. And I got to put them all in a hat. And, okay, where am I going this one? Like, how fun is that? Anyways, it'd be so fun. You guys can help me with the reading. You can sing my song with me, all this stuff. Anyways, ideas, realities, alternate version already happening, alternate reality already in play. This is the energy we had today. Let's get into our alpha and omega messages and see what we pulled first, and we will read last. We had the 5 of action. Your angels want you to know that your current challenge pushes you to be assertive and self-confident. Be willing to stand up for yourself and defend your position. You have the right to excuse yourself from those who bring drama into your life. Can we please acknowledge that this is exactly what the fuck we've been talking about for 2 hours now? Like, spirit be on point. Channel messages be on point. Okay, exactly what we needed today. Let's get our final message today. It says, Dear you, the simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything is in relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence. And even in the spirit world, there is a consequence for every action taken on your behalf. Right now, you're facing conditions that were set in motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. They will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. Some things are a little off and uncertain. Know that whatever you're facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what has been being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move to higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't that amazing? Amazing? How we adore you. Okay. This is what I have for you. Thank you so much, Sunshine, for all your love donations. I appreciate you. Lisa, love you. Thank you. Janine, absolutely love you too. Givers and takers, love you, baby. Victor, welcome. Thank you for the compliment. Brown, hey. Okay. I saw Kat up in here. Janetta, thank you for being here, baby. So thankful and grateful that you got away from those vampires. What's up, Perez? I'm in Las Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas, bitch. That part, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Condolences on the loss of your cat. I'm glad I still have my cat. Messenger of peace up, brother. I see you, sister, whatever Either way, divine androgyny. Jane, thank you for all your beautiful comments through the reading. So grateful for your presence. And just keep looking. My cat baby, I love you. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, it wasn't intentional. Oh, the 114. Welcome. So glad you all have been here. Autumn, I see you. If I missed you, it wasn't intentional. I meant to catch you. I'll catch you next time. Keep coming back. I'll keep coming back too. Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you could treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in, love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.